YouTubers and friends, thanks for joining us for another episode of Tuesday Night Hangout Live with Toledo Jess, Dano, the Treasure Vixens, and I.
For what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're looking good. They're looking real slick. I can't wait to see them face to face.
Well, those are just transfers. That's just the heat press.
Yeah.
I haven't really shown a lot of my sublimation stuff yet.
The white one. I have a white one that if it's pressed, I mean, I'll be a monkey's uncle. I'm pretty sure it's printed on there, but it's got the white flash in your pan logo here and then the same one on the back. We probably got it a few months back. I forgot that we even had them.
From where?
I can't remember. Oh, you know what? From when we met up in Indiana. You gave Angela and I a shirt, and I just didn't know if you had done it or not.
I gave you a shirt?
No, I didn't get my hair cut, Mary. Oh. It's back in a ponytail. And hello, YouTubers and friends. Welcome to another Tuesday Night Hangout Live with two of my great co-hosts, Rose Briggs of the Treasure Vixens and Toledo Jess. Well, tonight we were supposed to have a diver with us who was down. I believe Bryson was, for the life of me, I swear he was in Nashville. But I know he has a salvage job today, so he could still be in the water doing his work. So, we're going to shoot from the hip and call it an open line Tuesday. So it looks like we might have two this month. How you doing, Backyard Treasures? You better be in the audience when your mom's on in a couple of months. I asked her if she wanted you to join us, but she says you're camera shy. Mr. Lodak, thanks for being here as always. World's greatest moderator. Mary Benzo Willie was first in line about 8 hours ago. David Villa. Yeah, all they do is talk. That's right, Brock. And I was letting them until Mary asked about my hair. So.
Then I still didn't know because me and Rose were talking. Hello, everybody.
Howdy.
Now that we're live. Yes, we're live.
Ed, I didn't even hear you do your intro. The hey.
Yeah, he did. He skipped it.
Yeah.
I came right to this scene instead of my shed scene. And I'm like holding my lip, mouth, sorry, one of those days. Holding my finger over my mouth like, shh, be quiet, don't tell them. And I let you go when I'm doing that yak movement with my hands while you two are yak. But exploring with the Nug, how you doing? And I thought so, Brock. I thought so. I thought I remembered seeing him there too and talking to him. But I knew he was hoping he'd be here on time. He does have the invite link, so if he hops in, he hops in. But if not, send us your treasure porn right there to flashinyourpan@gmail.com. I think our friend Rose has some goodies to share. And maybe later we'll shoot the invite link in the chat. So if any of you feel froggy, come and join us. But we should say hello to a lot of people that are here joining us.
Heck yeah. I started with, or I'm going to start off VA Bigfoot, Old Dog. I see how you combined your name together. I like that. Love you.
Good to see you.
Wow. Wow.
Terry. Heavy metal.
Mr. Lodak.
I still want to say heavy meadow when I see him. Dudes, Audra and Rich, sisters of another mother, good to see you. Thank you for the raid. Brad, our friend from Tasmania, welcome, welcome, welcome. Lauren, good evening. Clarks, good to see you. Robert and Melissa. B. Higgles, I've seen you in the last 2 live streams tonight. Our friend Deej and over at the Dudes live stream. Thanks for being here. Laura Williams, always good to see you. Backyard Treasures, always a pleasure. Now I see Old Dogs. Now he could put verses. Old Dogs versus VA Bigfoot. Whatever, Ed, I know.
Oh, Mrs. JP and the Bulldogs, what's going on?
Good to see you. And Flash Bash is counting down.
So excited.
Gonna be here before we know it, guys.
Yeah, now it's time to start getting things ready.
Yeah, even faster.
Yeah, start packing things up and planning things out. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to fit everything in my car.
Right.
3 weeks?
Right.
Was it 3 weeks?
Yeah, I believe so. Rusty and Holly, good to see you.
Some room for the gift I got her.
The Ellsworth family, hello. Thomas, folks, how you doing? Jason Gong.
Rose, Ruby said make sure to leave some room in your car because she got some for you to take back.
Oh, okay, we're just going to trade with each other.
Are you going to the Detroit River Magnet thingy?
No.
This weekend?
Yeah, we really wanted to make it, but we also had already committed to Flash Bash and wanted to invest our planning for road trips into that before we head anywhere else out. So we chose Flash Bash.
Excellent. So no, Deej. I'm getting ready for Flash Bash too. When you were talking about it in your live stream, I had it up on the map and I checked how long it would take me to drive there, and it ain't a whole lot of time, just under 3 hours. But we'll see. You never know. I might say, hey Judy, let's go to Detroit, and she'll go, Detroit. I dropped in on Google Earth. Looks like a nice area though. And if you drive through a not so nice area, you just lock the doors and ignore everybody.
And we just find the closest bridge, pull on over and magnet fish it.
Well, yeah.
We'll take the scary places. That's what it's exciting.
I'm sure that's where you can find some of the best stuff.
Well, it depends on what you consider the best stuff.
Well, guns, safes.
All the exciting stuff, yeah. The
knives.
Yeah. Stolen goods. I'm a big fan of trying to find historic items or just weird things. I like the weird stuff that comes out of the water.
Well, it'd be really cool to pull out a sword like Jeffrey did, you know, and
right.
some people pull up muskets and all kinds of stuff.
Yep. So that's I'm just so we'll do it, and it is exciting. Don't get me wrong; it is a lot of fun. But it's sometimes, you know, going to the rural, older places kind of get me a little more excited.
Jeremy, exploring with the Nug, says he likes diving the scary waters. 13-hour drives to Flash Bash for us. That's close to what we drove to New England. Close. Couple hours shorter.
It'll be fun.
I've traveled a lot farther for treasure adventures and surfing and snowboarding.
Oh, Willie said, I hope you got everything mapped out for magnet fishing. Not completely, Willie, but I have taken a look at the area. I have done a little bit of scoping, and I think I may have found a bridge where I can actually see debris from the Google images.
Hey, Bronx.
Cool. Oh, that's a good idea. I bet you can, huh?
Yeah.
There's a road cut close by where you can find fossils also. So we might take a little road trip to the road cut. And there's even like, what are those damn snail things? Shoot, I'm having a brain fart right now on what brachiopods. Brachiopods, I think it is. And they end up getting crystals in them like a geode. Kevin, the mailman, was telling me about those. That's his backyard down there. So I'll have to talk to Kevin, find out where that road cut is, because I don't know if Judy remembers, but we'll be there. I'll be there Thursday. So
Brachiopods.
Thursday. What? Or Jess, you going to be there Thursday?
Yes, Lauren.
Thursday.
To Flash Bash?
Yes. Thursday.
So did I see Benzo in here?
Yeah, you saw Benzo.
Hey, Benzo, look. There's your shirt.
It's looking good.
He pre-ordered.
Yeah.
Your shirt.
Hey, Bill's Trash and Treasure. Cheryl. Hello. Sherry.
Have we said hello to the Nabities? I think we got them both here.
Yeah, I did a little bit earlier.
You beat me to it.
I know we tend to.
I was identifying as Dano earlier.
Dano. And Dano's stuck at work, everybody. So everybody's working. So we're going to do what we do anyway. I'm going to check the email.
I got a sneak peek. This is an unreleased Treasure Vixen find. I'll show you guys if you want to see it, because I'm dying to know what it is.
Oh, yeah. Here, let me blow you up.
Well, I got to go grab it real quick. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I wasn't ready.
Okay. I thought you had it in hand. And you're more than welcome, Carp's Clove Detective. Or detecting, sorry. Just replied your email. No one sent in anything yet, so we have nothing to share. So maybe we could pull in a sucker from the audience. I mean, pull in a victim. Pull in a guest from the audience.
One of our wonderful guests.
That's right. our friends, family, Flash fam. I also know Jocelyn and maybe Monty from the Little Speedway down the street. Could very well be in the audience tonight. So, hello, my favorite people at my favorite speedway. So, we have 2
Yeah,
days to go until
Ruby's
we
been-
hit for Michigan.
Ruby's been passing out our card at work to different people, talking about, hey, talking about the show and gold prospecting. Just think if she was into it.
Oh, yeah?
So we should have some new people in here tonight. Don't know whether they're going to say anything.
Yeah, don't.
If you work with Ruby
Yeah.
at Walmart and
Well, they're husbands.
their husbands, well,
Yes.
whatever. If your husbands work, your friend's husband are in the chat room, say hi. we're a good group of friendly people here.
If you're new to this channel, the first time you've been here, come into the chat room and say hi.
Yeah. Everybody's super friendly, guys.
Because I mean, and Ed's always showing me this afterwards. But by the time the show is over, we'll have over 100 views. We've only had 40, 50 people in the chat room. So, I mean, there's another half people are sitting there that aren't even in the chat room, and we'd love to see who they are and talk to them, and
Yeah.
Right, right.
So come on in, man.
Or just don't hop in and bail. Bye, bye.
Ellsworth, after the show, PM me, would you please?
All right, Ed, pin me.
Okay, I'll pin you.
But I hope you guys don't think this is easy because I cannot figure it out to save my life.
That's so, or thingy a bobber for a boat.
Yes, it's man. Okay, well at least
Exactly what
I
it is,
know.
a rowboat.
How cool! But that's cool, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's wallable. That'd go on the shed wall if I found
Oh,
it.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like that and all. No electrolysis or nothing.
Yeah.
Like
This is
down and dirty.
yeah.
I don't know what they're called, but that's where you put your oars in when you're rolling a boat.
It actually, I can see it all now.
I ended my time and one of those blonde moments.
It's not a cleat.
Not a cleat?
No, a cleat's what you tie your rope around.
Right. I forget. Someone in the audience might know.
Yeah, I was looking for names now.
Yeah, Tazzy says he's never found one with the chain on it.
Sweet.
We have our Carl must be cussing in the room.
Thank you, Rusty.
That sounded kind of Korean, or whatever Judy watches when she's watching TV.
You gotta unmute yourself.
I'm gonna unpin you. We have a victim. We have a victim here. We have Robert from Clark's Cove Detecting with us.
Hey guys.
And he's in the dark. You can come out of the closet here on Tuesday night. Hangout Live, Robert. There you go.
Can you see and hear me?
Oh, we see you. We hear you. You were locked up for a bit. Then you weren't. Then I think you are.
Yeah, our Zoom doesn't work very well out here. We're better on StreamYard.
Well, Zoom is an app where StreamYard is a web base. I want to integrate StreamYard into Tuesday Night Hangout Live, but I don't have the audio and everything down yet with my OBS. So that's why I don't use it.
Okay.
Now, are you on Wi-Fi or are you on landline?
I'm on 2 cans and a string.
Is this Uncle
On
Billy?
Wi-Fi.
You know, whenever you go live, Robert, I make the investment for an Ethernet cable and plug in. It's night and day. It's
I got
night
a
and
50
day.
footer. It goes down to the basement.
Yeah, I have 50 foot coming down to my lower level that I plug into.
Okay.
It just trying to help. It makes a world of difference.
Yes.
He does smoke signals. Who you talking to? Hey, Jason the Mason, the Flower Gold Wizard's in the house. And Jack
Backyard-
Tucker. Good to see
Backyard
you.
Prospecting says he runs one out to his shed when he's live streaming.
Oh, Ethernet. Yeah, it makes a world of difference. A world of difference. So, and I know you and Melissa enjoy your live stream, and
Oh, yeah.
it helps, helps a lot. And I know I remember back in the day when I would be lagging and buffering and stuff. It's aggravating.
Nobody wants to see it either.
Well,
Yeah.
you know who's faithful because they're there rooting you on anyway. So,
Right.
you know, and all the great people in the live chat, you know, that's part of the live experiences. It's great watching you guys, some of you bicker like Dennis and Miss Laurel, you know, they poke at each other, but it's all in fun. And
Hey,
Nebo
let's
Gold, how you doing?
small town adventures. Well, hope you get better. I hope your surgery comes out good for you.
Yeah.
Lots of prayers. You got surgery in the morning. Oh, Monday.
Monday, yeah.
Well, we'll be rooting for you, Tim, brother.
I'll be rooting for the doctor.
Well, yeah. It's
You
your
know,
PC
doctor,
stop
do it right.
blame and YouTube. I didn't blame YouTube, Mr. Lodak. I blamed my Wi-Fi. Plus, it was my laptop at that time. Once I bought a new tower, that made a world difference too. Hey, Don G, how you doing? Adam, Gold Rush, California.
Hey, there's Dano.
I didn't see him. Is he in the chat?
Yes.
We miss you, Dano.
I see a Don G in the chat. I haven't seen
You're
a
right.
demo yet.
You're right. I read that wrong. I need to go back to
Did you
school.
read HD Shovelhead's comment wrong too?
I don't know.
Because you said lurching, question mark, and he said I'll be there lurking.
Right. Did I put question mark?
Yeah, you said lurching though, not lurking.
Oh, well, reading and spelling is two different things now.
Oh no.
I second that.
That's a whole different skill.
We try though, Mary. We try to multitask, and you're right.
I can't multitask, and I know it. And actually, no one can multitask and do their job 100%. So no one can really multitask. We're not designed for that.
So what are
We
you
can,
up to, Robert?
we can attempt it, and we do attempt it a lot. A lot of people attempt to do more than one thing at a time, but just like everybody else, nothing gets done. So let's just do one thing at a time.
Bama Gold, welcome, welcome.
We're actually, Ed, we're actually getting ready. We're gearing up for an event next week, the 22nd, down in Virginia. It's metal detecting with Swifty is putting it on for Piney Woods Volunteer Fire Department, Piney River. Sorry about that. And there's going to be a lot of people there. Kay's digging it, Park Rat Pat metal detecting, us, Whistle Pig digging, Shane from See It My Way 1, metal detecting with Randy. Going to be a lot of great people there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you going to be posting anything on that? Or do they have a Facebook page or anything?
Yes, he's treasure hunting with Swifty is his Facebook page, and his YouTube is treasure hunting with Swifty is his YouTube page. Yeah.
Huh.
Let's see here. I think I can find you guys a link.
Yeah, if you can. But yeah, he still has some spots. I think he still has 9 spots open for that dig. It's a seated dig, but we're all going to have a great time.
Cool.
Yeah,
There's going to be camping.
I found treasure hunting with Swifty and friends.
Yeah, that's them.
Private group.
Oh, I did.
That's them.
Yeah, Swifty. Oh, yeah, I got it. Oh, yeah, okay. I beat you, Ed.
Oh, you're quick, sis. Quick draw. Yeah, but yeah, I'm. That sounds like a really good time, Robert.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Can't wait.
Excellent.
Our second one this year.
Yep. Well, listen, Ed, we just wanted to come up and say hi to everyone. We're going to get ready and watch a movie and call it an evening.
Yeah, what are you
Okay,
watching?
make sure you keep this playing on in the
Star Trek.
background, and I'd appreciate it. You and Melissa enjoy your movie, and
Thank you.
thanks for joining us here in the Zoom.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good evening.
You too.
You too. Thanks, Robert.
Bye.
Hi, Nikki.
Hey, Nikki. Bam. I got mine here somewhere too.
That's why I just say hi, everyone, and covers everybody. Yeah, I try that, Holly. I try that, but never. Yeah, well.
Ventures. He was, but he didn't show up. Bryson didn't show up for whatever reason he's got.
Who?
Muddy Bottom Adventures was wondering what was going on. If Bryson was supposed to be joining you tonight. I'm saying he was, but
he was. Apparently, Michael, he has a salvage going on, and so Muddy Bottoms is the one who was supposed to have been on first, but they couldn't, and so I got Bryson, and apparently he couldn't, so it happens, and it is what it is. Roll with the punches. What?
Go ahead.
Oh, roll with the punches, you know.
No, I thought you were done.
Jypsy Rose will not. Jypsy Jules will not be at Flash Bash, unfortunately. She's working in Colorado, I believe it is, with Discovery.
Cool.
So
I mean, it's cool for her, not cool
Yeah.
for us.
Right.
I mean, I would have preferred she came to Flash Bash Flash Bash, but oh well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dear. Her loss.
Yeah, her loss, our loss. No, good for her. She's got, a
Yeah.
good going. I'm really
if
glad.
anyone wants to join us, the link to the Zoom meeting is up and pinned to the top of the chat. So, hey, Ronald, how you doing? Let me see. You're a half hour late, dude. Oh, our guest has shown up. So he must have gotten ready and cleaned up, and
Yes.
looks like he might be on the road.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's not driving and he's
Got it.
parked.
You got it on mute.
He
You're
is
muted.
driving.
Let's see. There we go. No, I'm not
He-
driving.
Yeah, you
My buddy's
fibber.
driving.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. See,
okay.
we got my buddy driving over there. So
All right.
So how'd the salvage job go, Bryson?
Nope.
Well, we had him.
We had him. Oh well, he knows how to get back in. So
And Brian, no, I'm not the guest tonight.
and he's back. Must have hit a dead spot,
Yeah.
all right.
Cell
Sorry.
surface. Boom.
Oh.
No.
Oh, yeah.
All righty. I'm back now.
Oh, you're on Mike's phone now? No, Mike's in.
No.
Here, let's bring in Mike since Mike's in the waiting room also. Everybody, Bryson Dodd from Dive for Good, and then we have Mike Bishop from Muddy Bottom Adventures. Where are you from and where are you going, Bryson?
Well, I mean, I'm from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So right outside of Nashville. And we're right now. It's been a busy few weeks. Everything's starting to warm up here, and we're I have a dive business also, so we're taking off, and I'm trying to record everything I can, and it's been crazy busy lately.
Well, you did say you had a salvage job today.
Yeah, so what happened is, a few months ago, we had some ice storms. Oh, it got really dark, didn't it? Let's see. Let's do that. It got so we had some ice storms that came through Nashville, and there was some boat docks that either collapsed. Some of them collapsed, and then the ones that we're working on, they flipped completely upside down. So we've been working on recovering all those. We'd already recovered all the boats out of them. So we've recovered. We've been working on recovering all the boat docks now. So it's been a big job. I mean, we pulled out, I mean, countless feet of boat dock today. So it's just been a crazy day. We're dead tired. And then some right after I got done with that, somebody called me to go find their GoPro they dropped in the lake, and we ended up finding that. So it's been a busy day.
Well,
Bryson, hang on. Mike, you need to unmute your mic. Mike, unmute Mike.
he
There you
probably
go.
didn't want you to
Unmuted.
hear him eating.
What's going on, everybody?
How are you doing,
Alright.
Mike?
Now Bryson muted himself.
I'm doing well.
I'm good. Hey, Mike.
Very good.
What's
Very
going on,
good.
buddy?
I heard you've been pretty busy too.
Yeah, man. Work has been crazy here lately, and unfortunately, paying the bills is important. Happy wife,
Yeah.
happy life, if you will, right? With my daughter having a hockey habit, it's been a bit of a challenge, but
Ooh, that's
You
an
know.
expensive habit.
Hockey
yeah,
habit.
it's an expensive habit, but I've been enjoying, watching Bryson and his adventures with, just helping people at the lake and doing his thing. And to be honest, I've taken a step back just to kind of focus and recenter and try to really, I guess the best way to put it is from January to now has been tough. I'm trying to refocus on myself and trying to figure out who I am so that I can be the best person for everybody else. And my whole goal is just to be helpful. I want to help other people. But I've got to figure myself out first. So, that's one of the main reasons I stepped away from, creating videos. I'm not gone forever. It's just for now. And it's a best words to use. It's a flash in the pan so that I can come back stronger, better, and not.
Well,
Not-
you got to think about your mental health and your family first. There has to be that balance, Mike. So, and it could be the best thing that happens for your channel too. You might come back stronger and fresher, more prepared in a lot of other ways, and bam, you know.
Well, what I think the coolest thing is there's already a lot of support out there. Just being connected with who we're connected with, it's a brilliant network, really, and it spans a lot of different genres, if you will, of
Oh yeah.
YouTube.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's a cool aspect of it all. But for me, what I've been through in my life has not been addressed the way it needs to be addressed. And I need to make sure that that is taken care of so that I can be the best person, husband, father, and all around. Just if I want to help people, I got to be a good guy. And I want to make sure that who I am is reflected in everything I do. So that's been my focus, and that's where I'm going with that. So I'll be back. Y'all just wait.
Excellent.
We'll be here.
Well, yeah, we'll be here.
We'll be here.
Now, Bryson, how long have you been diving?
I've been diving since I think around 2017, recreationally, and then it kind of took off. It got into salvage and everything. About like middle of last year. I mean, really, that's when everything started taking off for me.
Is that when you started your channel also?
No, I started my channel. Really, YouTube wasn't in my wasn't even in my peripherals. I got Mike asked me to he found, and then snowballed from there. Mike reached out, and I started helping with the Bill Simmons case, and then it just turned. It naturally progressed into a, hey, I'll do a channel, I guess, and then so it just kind of that's how my channel got started, and I've been having fun just kind of being creative and finding cool things to make videos out of, and kind of turning my business into a kind of having fun with it, you know.
Right.
It's work, but it's also, you can have fun with it. I mean, it's diving, so.
So what got you into diving?
Really, I
Was
was in.
what you wanted
I
to
was.
do?
I mean, I was in Panama City, and we were on vacation, and I saw a thing that said try scuba diving. I was like, man, I've always wanted to do that. I've been snorkeling and everything. I've always wanted to do that, and I convinced the wife to let me do it, and I loved it. And I got back. I was like, I'm gonna go through the classes, and then I went through a lot of classes, and I've just been doing it ever since. It's kind of an addiction, you know.
So, you know, so did you get into diving? I know you probably just wanted to dive anyways, right? So, did you have an idea what you were going to do with your diving other than just recreational? Did you plan on using it as making money or anything
No,
like that?
I never planned on making money with it. I mean, it was yeah, strictly recreational. And then one day, one of my buddies, and I'm about to go through a bad service spot, so if I lose y'all, I'll be back. But
All right.
this area is pretty bad for service. But I'm actually that's crazy. I'm actually passing Mike's house, about to.
Come on
So,
by,
Make sure you
brother.
wave.
I need to see your new
Yeah.
truck.
Yeah, I got my buddy here with me, so we it's been a long day, so we're gonna try to get him home. But
He's sitting over driving. No, we're going straight.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
So yeah, so my buddy asked me to go to Percy Priest and you know, look for some stuff. He's like, hey, you want to go out to the cliffs and look around and see what we can find? And we went out there and we found like he found a whole satchel of Apple Watches and iPhones, and he found a drone. I'm like, man, this is fun. So I started doing that, and then I put a ad on the local boaters group. I was like, hey, I'll find your stuff for you. And then it just kind of snowballed from there. That's where it took off, and now I've gotten into all this stuff. It's just been growing.
Are you doing scuba diving full time?
Almost.
Okay.
Almost. I have a full-time job. I'm almost to the point where I can do scuba full time. But right now I still have to have my full-time job just for insurance. But yeah, I'm almost to the point where once the weather warms up, that'll probably change.
Yeah.
Once people get back out on the water and start swimming again, because that's when people start losing stuff. So but yeah.
I never even really thought there were services you could call if you drop something in the water to have it retrieved, you know, just like a GoPro or something. I know that, you know, cars and stuff like that were obviously a big deal, but I didn't know you could call somebody up and say, hey, I need you to retrieve something from the water.
Well, wouldn't you call somebody if you lost your ring?
I don't know. I guess maybe I would have tried to look for resources, but I didn't know.
Yeah, it's a pretty.
We missed that.
Oh, he's
Bryson.
breaking up. Dang it. I will say this. Bryson spent pretty much all of last summer answering phone calls and text for people to come help retrieve lost items, whether it be a GoPro, a phone, a necklace, keys, it doesn't matter. He was there. And for me, that's really impressive that someone would literally volunteer. He didn't get paid for any of it. He just volunteered his time to go out and try to find people's lost items. And it didn't matter it kind of matters the depth in Percy Priest because it gets really dark really quick. But he did a lot of work out of his own pocket to make sure that people hopefully got their stuff back.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, iPhones aren't cheap.
No.
Eyewatchers aren't cheap. You know, you
I
could
know.
add it to the list, but I mean, he was literally there. If you gave him a call, he was okay. Well, let's go see if we can make something happen. And you know, that just speaks to the heart of his character, and you know, willing to go out and do that kind of thing for a complete stranger, at no cost to him, because air's not free. You know, the travel expense is not free. He lives in Murfreesboro, but it still takes him a bit of time and driving to get up to the lake. But like, it just speaks to how really good of a dude he is.
Well, if you can hear me, I appreciate it.
Well, I think that goes for a lot of you know, with like heavy metal detective said in the chat room about Bill Simmons' case, and it says a lot about how you guys dove into that. That alone says a lot about you guys, you know. Now
Bryson's in freeze frame. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
he's jumping
Yeah,
in and
my
out.
services,
Yeah.
my service is breaking up. So I'm gonna mute myself so it doesn't until I get out of this bad.
Okay.
service.
That's cool, Bryson. I'll just keep talking good stuff about you. But no, like when you speak of Bill, that whole situation was amazing. The way we were all able to come together and do what we did. But I kind of kicked myself, right? Because where he was found is somewhere that I had searched before, but being so limited in my equipment, was not able to cover that ground
Right.
as greatly as I could have. And that's, go ahead.
Well, you have to realize too that what you guys did and the way that you did it really opened up a lot of people's eyes, and it's expanded your reach because of what you did with the Bill Simmons case, with all the cars, all the live YouTube that was going on, all the videos afterwards, finding him, maybe not, you know, I'm sure there was things that you probably go, and I wish we had done this different. We would have done this better, you know, and that's all, hindsight's all, you know, 2020, but you can't beat yourself about that. So what you guys did is you exposed, I'm going to say, millions of people to what's happening out there. What, you know, there are some of these people that have been missing for a long time can't be forgotten. We have to keep remembering and keep looking for them, because they're out there somewhere, you know. So what you guys have done, I think, is expanded, and you've expanded that whole I don't want to call it a genre, but that whole aspect of treasure hunting. I mean, you know, when we talk about treasure, typically we're talking about, you know, valuables as far as gold, silver, things like that. But the treasures you guys find just totally outweighs anything that we look for.
Oh yeah.
So that's opened up a big, I guess, a venue for you guys to be able to do more. So yeah, don't ever stop. None of you guys are doing something, and especially when it's something that you feel you have to do, you know. So any things that happen outside of that is really small compared to what you guys have been doing, finding these people. It's really important. You know, my hats off to you guys. You know, you guys opened up a whole new world. Okay.
Well, I mean, and in all honesty, you know, Jared and Sam and Dan, they've really opened the door. We're just stepping through the doorway. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And
You-
that's
I have
you
to
stepped
agree with
through
you
it.
there, Mike. But
yeah. I
still,
mean, it. Yes, it is. It is a heart-led calling. Something pulls you towards it,
Right.
and you just want to go help. And that is what I'm trying to focus on. I know Bryson's heart is in that same space.
Well, and I think that's what did it for. I think that's what made it so compelling too. Was when you watch the videos, when you watch the live, you saw everybody was wearing their hearts on their sleeves. I mean, you could see the genuine concern and caring that was going on by you guys, by the people all around you. You know, the people just coming by. So yeah, that was a tough day. I mean, if I'm here in Ohio and I'm watching, I watched all the live feeds I could watch that day, because those guys were, you know,
Yeah.
Rose and Angela was down there, Ed was down there, and you know, and I've talked to some of these other people, and so it was an eventful day. It was really eye opening. I thought. I don't know how anybody else feels about it, but that's the way I feel about it.
I think everybody can agree with you on that one, Jess.
Yeah, for real. I mean, like, I mean, a lot of people don't understand. Like, I'm a diver. I've always been a pleasure diver. So I rented equipment every time I went everywhere. But Bryson and all the other divers involved, they've got pretty much everything they need. They may not be the most high dollar equipment or whatever, but like these guys are going out into currents that, I mean, you just wouldn't even think of diving into.
Mhm.
And just dedicated to the fact that they have a goal, and that goal is to bring an answer to a loved one.
Yep.
And the fact that they so willingly put themselves honestly in harm's way, knowing as a diver, knowing what they're putting themselves into. I mean, it kind of blows your mind. And you just got to step back and think, like, these guys are willing to do everything they can to lift a car off the bottom of a river in rapid currents after the river rose 10 feet from the first day to the next day. I mean, it just, when you step back and think about it, it's pretty cool to know these guys. It really is. And, you know,
Well, and you got to think too that these are guys that seriously are inexperienced at what they were doing. You know, who in the crew really knew how to rig up a rusty old car in the water. I mean, you know, that takes a lot of skill. It takes a lot of courage to get under, because when them car slips off another car, you're toast. And I just, like I said, my hats are off to you guys.
Yep.
Good work.
yeah, I mean, it is not an easy feat. Let's put it that way. You know, when you're pulling up rusty old cars and you're chaining up axles and things like that to get a vehicle out of the water, it's one thing. But when you're dealing with something of the nature of bringing a vehicle up that has the potential to have a loved one in it, that kind
Yeah,
of,
and then there's that, you know.
right? So the care that they took, the time they took in planning and mapping it out and knowing exactly what they wanted to do, and then executing as flawlessly as they did, because I'll be honest, they executed flawlessly. I stood and watched and sat at the end of the boat ramp when Bill's vehicle finally made it over there. And I've got a picture of Bryson floating down the river. And I mean, he's just kind of floating, but still it's like that. That's awesome. Like the water's cold, the current's high, and they all put the time and effort in using their experience to do what they did. So,
Right.
Bryson, would you like to add anything? Because it looks
Can
like
y'all-
your cell phone coverage finally came back.
Can y'all hear me pretty good?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. That week in Nashville, I mean, I finally got video back. I wasn't able to see y'all. But yeah, that week in Nashville was just absolutely crazy. I mean, and the way it happened and everything with the water rising and it being a little bit more. Yeah, it was cold and it was rough. So yeah, I'm sorry for all the background noise and everything. It's been, like I said, it's been a crazy day. So I'm just trying to make
okay,
do.
Bryson.
But yeah, it was I mean, that week was just so full. I mean, it's been said many times, that week was just so full of emotions that, I mean, and it's still, I mean, even to this day, I mean,
Even today, yes.
it's the processing is still going on for, I mean, everybody. I mean, it's I mean, Jared and Sam, I mean, I just can't imagine that they do this stuff like all the time, and it happens so much with them. It's like, I don't understand. I mean, I'm still processing that week.
Funny, Bryson? I met Sam the first day he met Jared on a river in Oregon outside of Portland on the Willamette. And it's amazing how well they work together even then. Sam has a background in working in diving for a few years, and he's a rescue captain and stuff. Jared, and when we first had Jared on, when he was, I don't know, like 1,200 subscribers.
Wow.
He was pretty much cleaning up rivers and lakes. And then he started getting into cars. And that time he pulled up that automobile with the person in it is when they kind of looked at each other and saw how they brought closure to a family. It kind of all clicked. And it's a phenomenal movement that they've actually put forth and stretch them from coast to coast. And do I dare even say Australia?
Yeah.
To the land down under with Down Under Dan.
Down Under Dan. I love his videos. I've been watching him too.
You know, and I know he has some adventures with purpose float bags already down in Australia. I am 100% behind Sam and Mr. Lassick. Jared, 100% behind him.
Yeah.
If I could be even more financially backing them, I would. They get my moral support. They can come on my show at any time, drop of a dime. Hey, I would push you two aside no matter how much I like you. I would push you two aside for those two guys and say, okay, the floor's all Jared, because we know how he likes to talk. we love you, Jared, but you know, it's true.
Yeah.
But I think it's great, you know, and that weekend it all I always want to get dirtier though when I did that stuff. One day I will. But it was great to meet you and Mike. It was great to see Doug Bishop again. That surprised me when I saw Doug. It was great to meet Cat Lady and Jeremy and Britton and Jeffrey and boy, but can I ask you this? Several times that weekend and even recently, I've seen stuff on the news and on news websites about that weekend. And every time the news mentions like a group of YouTube divers pulled out 45 cars or 40 cars. And I go, what the heck, you liars? It was 17 and a half.
Yeah. They took that. Yeah, they took. I think one time someone said that they had found. I mean, because there's more cars to be pulled. I mean, but they had found that many, but they took that and ran with it. And you know how news media is. They just took it and like, oh yeah, let's just make it the most exaggerated possible.
Oh yeah.
Right, even when they're showing the pavilion and you can tell there's no 40 cars there. They're saying
Yeah.
40 cars.
There's like 40 tires.
Right, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was great. Even though I hid when the mayor got there.
But that what the media was saying wasn't a lie. I mean, you guys did find that many cars. You just didn't pull that many out.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some rust buckets down there. You'll never get out of that water because I mean,
Oh,
unless you have an electromagnet down there, you're not getting the scraps out. And there are a handful of other cars we've identified and located that we just haven't had the chance to go back and get. So, you know, would I go 45? At this point, probably not. 45 with boats, yes, maybe, but we got a lot of work to do, to be honest with you. You know, we had a great group of guys there in January, and you know, we have our goals. We know what is already out there.
right.
We haven't been able, because of work and Bryson pulling, you know, every dock under the sun here in Nashville after the ice storm. Like, I mean, well, it started with boats because, you know, boat owners want their boats back, but
Right.
now they're doing the true cleanup, and that's, you know, recreating an area where they can put their boats back into. So, you know, I applaud him for all his hard efforts there because, you know, someone's got to do it, and
Right.
he's doing it. But you know, we got a lot of work to do
Money
going
doesn't
forward. No, it doesn't. It does not. Absolutely. But you know, we've, like I said earlier, I've stepped back. I'm refocusing. I'm going to make sure that when NBA comes back, it'll be in the best light it could ever be. And I'm presenting myself in a way that needs to be seen by the public. You know, in the meantime, everybody watch Bryson. Like, dude's out there doing it. He's under the water. He's breathing the bubbles. You know, just go support him. NBA will be back. Bryce and I will work together again at some point. And until then, just keep supporting everybody. You know, what Jared and Sam and Dan are doing is amazing. And just connect with all those that are tied to them, and you just go out and support them the best way you can. And even if it's leaving the video running in the background while you
Well,
know,
heck, hey,
work or
either
whatever.
one of you two, if I'm down in that area, my stepson lives a little north of Nashville. He used to live a lot closer, but now he's up towards the Kentucky border. But I'm only like 45 minutes away from the Nashville area when I'm there. Ever need a camera guy or someone with some galoshes on? Because I'm not certified. Um, I'm a strong swimmer. I swam all my life. Water polo, surf team, swim team. Strong swimmer, but I never got the cert. So, um,
Well, I still want to do that collaboration with you on that creek that I told you about. I'm still looking forward to that.
there you
I'm
go.
waiting for it to get warmer.
There you go. I know now we have our new trailer up and going. Judy's will say, "Nothing stops us now, Ed. Let's go." And we we always have a home with us. So you never know. I might be contacting you before too long and say, "Hey, Bryson, I'm coming down that way. Let's go
Yeah,
to that creek."
yeah,
There is gold and other things in the waters of Tennessee.
yeah, yeah.
So
And there's a pretty good quarry right there, right around that area too. That it's got good diving. They've got some really cool fish in that quarry. Well, I think on Mike's channel there's a video of it. That the paddlefish. Yeah, there's the video of that on Mike's channel.
How big was it?
Oh, there's tons of them. But they were like, I mean, some of them are 6 foot long. I mean, they're big.
there, I tell you, Rose. Oh, there's a quarry here. It's a big quarry. I know there's still machinery underwater in it because it filled up so fast. But uh, the search and rescue department used the Middle Point Quarry for exercise and stuff. And um, one of them is owner of an excavation company. The company I work for uses quite a bit. And Lee said he's been down there and seen catfish that he swears could swallow him.
I believe it. I believe it. They're there. They're out there, guys.
The river monsters.
That's right. Jeremy Wade proves it every day.
I thought Bryson was about to get abducted by aliens.
Yeah,
Everything went green.
the lights turned off in my truck. I'm sitting in my truck in my buddy's driveway. He drove me home. He drove me to his house, and I'm just sitting here trying to keep quiet.
At least you're not driving.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm just sitting in his driveway.
He's got a good connection right now.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Robbing his buddy's Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
You mentioned on your current salvage that the ice storm caused boats to flip over.
Yeah. So what happened was this is a single-sided, like, you know, like what a marina looks like. It's got the roof and then like the boats under it, and so this is a single-sided marina. So what happened was it's kind of like a lean-to, and on top of water. So when all that ice landed on the roof, it weighed it down so much that it caused a imbalance. And then this marina, the way it was, it just wasn't. They didn't have it secured the right way to prevent this, and it toppled over, and all the boats that were under it that were tied off, boats were tied off, so it just took the boats with it and flipped. And I mean, yeah, it was just a mess. But I mean, yeah, I think today I breed 4 tanks down to 1 tank. I breed down to, I mean, way low. I mean, I breed about 4 tanks of air today. So it's been a long day.
And how deep were you working?
Some of it was at 40 feet. Some of it was at 30 feet. The depths are changing because some of it's like suspended still underwater. And so we're just going down. We have a big the 120,000 pound lift crane there. That it's a big crane, and we're just basically just going down, rigging something up, putting a buoy where we rigged it up, and then letting that crane, we're going and hooking the crane up to it, and then pulling it out, putting it on the surface. And then we have a crew on the surface that they're cutting it up and separating aluminum from wood and steel, and to take to the scrapyard.
Right.
And then the company that contracted me is doing they're actually going to rebuild the docks too. So they contracted me and my company to do help with the diving part of the salvage.
Can you imagine that insurance claim, guys?
Are you using Dad's towing to help you with that?
No, it's a crane company. So we had at one point when we were pulling cars out, we had one of the other tow companies in Nashville. That's just who the contractor picked. I didn't really have a choice in that.
Right.
I mean, I like Dad's towing, obviously. I mean, they were awesome.
Right.
And I hope to work with them again soon. So, but yeah, we were just using, right now we have a 120,000 pound crane. So it's an actual crane company that is, that's doing it now.
Right on. Right on. Now, what's been your scariest situation under the water? And we'll get both of you, but how about you first, Bryson?
So with me, my scariest situation, I have a few. So let's see, one time, yeah, this was a good one. This was actually part of the salvage at another marina because of the ice storms. Their houseboat sunk, and I was under this houseboat, and it's a 60-foot houseboat, and it was kind of like sitting like that on the bottom, kind of at this angle, and we had it suspended with lift bags. And so I don't know if you know anything about houseboats, but they have a deck that goes out over the props, and I was trying to get to the props. Well, it was kind of covered in mud still. So I was on the bottom at 30 feet, and I have my OTS mask, which has a surface air valve on it, and I forgot to close that. So that's basically a snorkel, but it's just a little valve that you turn on your mask, and I forgot to close it. Well, it'll hold up until a certain point, but once it breaks, it has a little seal. Once it kind of breaks that positive pressure, it'll just start pouring water in. Well, I was under this houseboat. I had like wedged myself under this houseboat to get to these props, and I was trying to hook this up. I had shackles in my hands and straps and all this, and then all of a sudden, like this water starts pouring in, and I'm just like, oh, it was crazy. So that was a scary, and I just had to just stay calm. I mean, just kind of, it's going to be like you're being waterboarded for a second, but you're going to make it. And then I shut the valve, and then the water eventually worked its way out. But yeah, that was a crazy one. But yeah, I've had some other close encounters, but I mean, we were at 100 feet one time, and I came up a little bit. I was still learning my dry suit, and I came up a little bit too fast with it. So that was a little bit scary to happen. But I mean, especially coming up from 100 feet, so you just got to be careful when you go down that deep and spend any amount of time.
Right. Did you get sick coming up, or?
No, it came up so fast that it was like it could have done some stuff, but I got to the surface, I did everything, inflated everything, made sure it just laid there, and I was like, all right, I'm good. So, but yeah, that was another close call. I've had, I mean, I have a close call every day when I'm doing salvage. I mean, it's just a matter of
sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty scary, having a bunch of water coming in your mask when you're in a tight quarters and loaded down with straps and stuff. What about you, Mike?
Hold on. Oh, there we go. God. Well, the scariest diving I've done, because most of everything I've done is recreationally, was over in Japan, and one of the dumbest things we would do is zipping sea snakes. So sea snakes on that side of the world, at least, are some of the deadliest and most poisonous things you can come across. And so we would be down, you know, depending on what, you know, I think the deepest I've been is 130 feet, but you don't see them farther than, you know, 70, 75 feet. And if you came across one that was swimming around, you go up, grab the tail with one hand, put your other hand just above the hand that's grabbing the tail, and you squeeze and zip it towards the head. So sea snakes breathe oxygen just like we do. They don't have gills. They have to go to the surface. So when you do that, it pushes all the oxygen out of their body, and they have to literally, as fast as they can, get back to the surface to get more oxygen. So you're literally doing the dumbest thing you could ever think of with one of the most dangerous reptiles in the world. And, you know, you could have gotten bit. You could have, you know, it was what it was. So
Right.
that was fun. Dumb. Very, very dumb. Very dumb.
Can't say much more than that, huh?
No, it was probably the dumbest thing I ever did when I was in my early 20s.
Well, that's
A
when you
lot
do
of people in their early 20s do a lot of dumb things. I know
Oh, yeah.
I did. I know I did.
Totally.
I don't have enough hands to count.
But most of my scary moments in the water was when I was getting pounded by a big surf. So,
Well, hey guys, I have got to run. My wife is trying to call me, and you know how that goes.
yep.
But I hope to do this again. You guys are wonderful. Keep doing what you're doing. And Bryson, I'll talk to you soon, buddy. Ed, love you, bro. Everybody else, have a great night, and I will hopefully see you soon.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah,
You'll
we
see
will.
me
All right.
again.
Thanks,
buddy.
guys. All right, guys.
See you later.
Bye.
That was Michael from Muddy Bottom Adventures. Both Bryson's Facebook page and channel are in the chat. Also, his channel's down in the description. Muddy Bottom's Facebook and channel's also in the chat. Bryson's were the first two. Mr. Lodak and I put in, and excuse me, and Michael's were the last two. Now we have Bryson all to himself. So, what's your plans for the future?
Well, so me and I mean, like I said, I've had my business before all the YouTube stuff started. I'm still gonna help with. I've already done another case since Bill Simmons. If y'all missed that one, I went with Jacob with Chaos Divers, and I went down to I guess for me it's up to Indiana to look for Donna Mitchell, which that was me and him we went with Team Waters too. I forgot to mention them. Team Waters. They were the main people that were there. They brought their RC boat, and we helped them search a bunch of ponds. And so I mean, if cases come up, I mean I am always going to help, because I mean after seeing what good came from finding Bill Simmons and all that, it brought so much good into my life, and it just, I mean I was just happy to help with everything that was going on. I was just happy to be there, honestly. So and I was just glad that it ended the way it did. And I mean, I'm not the best spoken of people, but it's just, I'm just really glad that it all happened that way.
Oh man, you don't have to be the best spoken for everybody to understand your language.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And
So
Team
you're-
Waters, they do.
Sonar.
They're doing such great work too, all on their own. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
they've helped with over 104, bringing 104 people to back to loved ones. They're nonprofit. They're donation driven. Great people too. I had a pleasure talking to them in Nashville.
Yeah, they're awesome. I mean, I've worked with them a lot. I worked with them almost the entire week we were here in Nashville. I mean, I was a little bit of part of the pulling cars. There was a couple of cars. I think there was one main car that I helped out with, but really my time in Nashville was focused with them and searching all the waters that me and Mike hadn't gotten to, and we really wanted to check again, you know. And it was just, that was so rewarding, because it really, Dennis and Tammy are just a library of information, and it was just so awesome to just being around them and just watching them do what they do. I was just like, hey, why'd you do that? Hey, why'd you push that button? And it was just
Right.
like, you know, it's just awesome. I mean, that's how you learn.
Right.
And that's what, I mean, I say this younger generation, I am the younger generation, I guess, kind of. I mean, I'm like, I'm 25, or I guess I'm 26 now. But
Yeah, you are the younger generation.
yeah, my generation doesn't get that from, like, you know, we're like the YouTube, Google generation. So it's like, but you're not going to learn from YouTube what you can learn from someone that's been out there doing it for 20, 25 years, you know? So it's just awesome. I'm really glad I got connected with them.
Very
Yeah,
true.
that's that what you're saying there too. Most of the 25-year-olds that get any attention right now are the ones that are out screaming and reeing and whining and crying, you know. But at the same time, being on YouTube like this, I've also come to realize that there are a lot of younger people, your generation and even younger, that are not like that. The majority of them are not like that. The majority of them are good, decent kids trying to help, trying to make it in life. So, you know, it's really discouraging when all you see is these whiny little bi
Brats.
itches. Rats, okay, rats. You know, that's all that gets the attention.
And that's coming from an older than dirt guy, and here close to that, gonna be 60, Bryson. Younger men and women like you, it gives us faith in humanity.
Right. If you just listen to the mainstream, if you just listen to what's on TV and watch what's headline news, it paints a really bleak picture of our future. And I just don't want to see it that way. I don't see it that way because I meet people like you and even younger people than you with their heads on their shoulders. You know, they're on straight, you know, so it gives me it gives me hope for sure.
That's good.
Yeah. Ellsworth, I hope you heard what I asked you earlier. PM me tonight after the show.
And good night, Lacey.
Yes,
Lacey.
good night, Lacey.
We'll see you at Flash Bash.
You bet.
If I've missed anything in the chat, I can't see the chat. So I'm if someone's been trying to say something to me,
nobody wants to talk to you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
If they do, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
So, we've talked a lot about these big dives, these big events in your life, but let's talk about some of your day-to-day stuff. Like, you talking about finding GoPros and iPhones. What are some of your favorite little things you've gone after?
Let's see. I mean, I've looked for just about everything. I mean, for people that, and I don't just look for stuff too. Part of the less glamorous stuff that I do is I clean boats, the bottom of boats. I'll scrape them, and that's hard work. I mean, it's not glamorous and it's not fun, but it does pay the bills. So it, I mean, but it was a funny story of something that just happened recently. The guy called me and he said, "Hey, I dropped my prescription glasses off my boat dock." And it was only like 10 feet of water. So I was like, yeah, I'll come out and look at it. And so he was videotaping me going on. He was fascinated. He was videotaping me on his phone, and I went down and looked for his glasses for a little while, and I was having a hard time finding them. I mean, I was just like, man, I've been up and down this boat dock how many times? And what we did was we dropped a rope where he said he dropped them. I just dropped a rope, and I just was looking around that area and just kind of going from there. Well, then I come back up, and he says, "Well," I said, "Hey man, I can't find your glasses. I'm sorry. I've been looking forever." And he's like, "Well, can you try to find my phone that I just dropped?" He basically dropped his phone on top of me, and so I was like, well, yeah, I guess I'll go back down and find that. And so I went down, looked for it for a second, and I found it. I mean, and it's harder than it sounds. I mean, yeah, it's like, oh, it's just 10 foot of water, you just drop it, and well, the bottom's covered in mud, and anything that hits it is covered in mud, and then you can't see the bottom because it's mud. So it's harder than it sounds. And then the rope that we dropped was coiled on the bottom, and so I was like, you know what, I hadn't checked under that rope, and so I pulled the rope up. There was his glasses. I knew where he dropped them. So I found his glasses and his phone for him that day. He was happy.
So you mentioned earlier too that this is a job for you also?
Yeah, I mean, this is my thing turned off again. This is my business. And I mean, really how Mike found me was through my business. It was just, I was really how it started out was I was just going to volunteer for people. I mean, it just was like, hey, I want to, help people out with my diving and, do something cool this summer and last summer. I was like, I'm going to do something cool. I mean, I'm not going to just stay inside and do nothing all summer, so might as well do something cool. So I volunteered my service. Like, hey, I'll come out and find stuff for you. Well, that post I did in that Facebook group, I think it had over 200 comments, and of people that were like, hey, yeah, I lost this, I lost that. And I mean, I did as much as I could. I mean, I said, all right, I'm going to do this for one season. And I mean, it really, I couldn't afford to keep, diving's expensive, and I couldn't afford to keep doing it the way I wanted to do it. I mean, and also I wanted to be able to, at that point, I was before I even I knew about Jared or the Bill Simmons case was going on. Before I knew about any of that, I wanted to do public safety diving, which is, that's finding lost loved ones. That's just more for a government agency other than volunteer. So I wanted to do that. So I was like, well, if I'm volunteering my services there, I can't volunteer, to find, because I mean, people, when it's free, people will take you out to look for anything, and they don't care really. It's like they're not paying for it. So yeah, I'll go look for my wedding ring that I dropped 3 years ago, and so it was. That's what I was running into. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to start charging people. And then it turned into, just trying to really, I want to dive full time and just, make it a career. So it's,
So when you started, when you decided you're going to start charging people, obviously the number of people requesting you to find stuff dropped.
Yeah.
The value of the stuff you were looking for probably went up.
Yeah.
Anyways, as far as maybe not necessarily in monetary, but for someone that wants to go down and find something that's not really expensive, but it means a lot to them, you know, those kinds of things. And expensive iPhones, whatever, you know, that stuff costs them money too. Have you gotten more better things to look for as opposed to, you know, some of these pair of Ray-Bans?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've looked for some expensive stuff. The craziest story that and I think this is, I mean, besides boats that I found, I've actually found boats at the marina. We actually had to, when these boats sunk, one of them was like gone. So we had to find that boat. So that was the most expensive thing that I found. But someone, last year, someone called me and was like, "Hey man, we were, you know, a little bit rowdy last night. We were on the boat, and there's on Old Hickory, there's this bridge that's low clearance. I mean, it's like 6 foot. I mean, that's like basically just bass boats can get under it. Well, this guy, they were having a good time, and they took their wake boat with the big wake tower, and they took it about, and it's a no wake zone anyway. They took it going about 30 miles an hour under this bridge, and it knocked their wake tower off. Well, those things cost about $5,000.
Wow.
So, well, the current was so bad in Old Hickory at this point, it was terrible. I mean, and I had me and a buddy go down, and we looked at this little. It was like a bottleneck area, so there was like a lot of lake behind it, a lot of lake in front of it, but it was a road with a small bridge. So it was a very strong current. It was we never found it. I mean, it was like we looked and looked and looked. We even took sonar when I was with Team Waters. We took the sonar. I was like, hey, go over there to that area real quick. I want to look and see if it's down there. And we couldn't find it then either. So I don't know. That thing got swept away.
Do you
But that was.
Do you take payment even if you don't find it?
Yes, because it's still, I mean, me going out and looking, and I mean, I still spend the same amount of money whether I find it or not.
Right.
And I mean, there's some guys that, I mean, I don't charge a whole lot for search and recover. I really don't, compared to some people. But there's some guys out here that's like, oh, I guarantee I'll find it, and this is how much I paid, or I charge $300 and whatever. And I'm like, no, you can't guarantee anything.
Wow.
But it's funny. There's so many. There's a bunch of older divers in my community that I like. The guy. I mean, there's a couple of older guys, and I'm learning from them. And it's a pretty big community of divers in my area that are doing the kind of stuff that I'm doing. I'm just kind of the young gun coming in here and trying to. I mean, and a lot of them are kind of grateful. They're like, "Oh, please take it." You know?
And that's weird too. When you said you got a whole community of divers out there, I'm going. Now we've just crossed over into another community of treasure hunters, per se. You know, divers. You put them in the category of treasure hunters. Add them to the hand, Ed.
Yeah.
Right. Definitely. We'll have to put river divers in there too.
Yeah. What? Have you ever found anything dangerous?
Found anything dangerous? No, I mean, other than like just open pocket knives or nothing really. I haven't found a gun yet.
No unexploded ordnance or anything?
No, I don't know. I'm just not attracted. I mean, I'm just not like, I guess I just don't draw that in. I know Britton and Nug find a lot of that stuff, and like the DMID, he finds a bunch of that stuff. But I don't go in a lot of rivers. I mean, most of my stuff is lakes. I try to stay out of the river. Personally, I mean, I know we were in the river, but
Why is that?
a lot. I just don't. I mean, I'm just not a big. I'm not a big fan. I'm just and another thing is the rivers around me they're not like the rivers that they have. They're a little bit. I think they dive in a little bit clearer rivers.
Oh, you mean like the Maumee River in Toledo?
Yeah. So the Cumberland River is just it's a navigable river. So it's there's barge traffic. There's a lot of boat traffic going through there. I mean, it's just there's so much stuff in it, and because it goes through Nashville, that some people like it, but I'm just not a big fan of diving in current low vis, and a barge could come through.
Right.
Understandable.
Yeah.
So who's this question for, Ed?
About the metal detectors, I
Yeah.
would presume it's for Bryson. Do you ever use a metal detector, and if so, what type do you use? And if you do you also have a pinpointer?
So I have really the only thing I carry right now. I lost the little plug that goes in the back of it, but I haven't been able to use it lately. But I use a little. It basically is a pinpointer. It's a small handheld one, and it's one of the ones I got off of Amazon. Yeah, you probably have seen the brand.
The
It's
small
I
yellow
think it's
underwater.
PI King. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, I just use that and really it's not the stuff around like the marinas and stuff and like party coves that I go to. There's so many cans that it is hard to even use. So I don't, unless I'm doing like a search, which today, man, it would have actually been useful in the search I did today for that GoPro, because it was definitely there was about 15,000 GoPro shaped rocks on the bottom of this area that we were searching, and it was murky, and like all I was doing was this. I was picking up a rock, not a GoPro. Picking up a rock, not a GoPro. So yeah, it would probably, we were in the water looking for that GoPro. Me and my buddy were in the water today for probably about 2 hours.
Wow.
I mean, it was rough. That's why I was late. I'm sorry I was late. That's why I was late. I forgot. I lost track of time. Really, we were out there. I was like, oh, I had plenty of time. And then I got out. I'm like, oh no. And then I was like, hey man, you gotta drive. So yeah, it's been a crazy day.
Yeah, it's easy to lose track of time when you're out there.
I know when I'm
Yeah.
underwater dredging, I lose
Yeah.
track of time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one day we'll
Absolutely.
get Rose under the water.
I don't think so, guys. I think I'll just stick to watching the videos.
Oh, come on. You'll
Yeah.
love it. The
Yeah.
fishies, the crawdads.
Maybe in some clear water, but definitely not in murky water.
How about shallow, clear water?
Yeah, that probably, and maybe a couple liquid
Just-
courage shots, you know.
Put a mask on and a snorkel. You just stick your head in there, lay down, and sucker up.
Yeah, maybe I honestly think that, like I said, a running shallow river, that I can stand in. Maybe.
Hey, when I first started diving, this is crazy. When I first started diving, I could not, like, part of the skills are to take your mask off and like breathe without your mask and just have your regulator in. I couldn't do it. was panicked. I mean, but what I did was my instructor, he just walked me through. He's like, look, just stick your head underwater. You don't have to go down to the pool. Just stick your head underwater and do it. And when you're in shallow water, your mindset just changes, and then you just keep on going a little bit farther down. And I mean, it was I didn't think I was going to be able to dive. So it was, but once I got past that, now it's like second nature. I mean, I can rip my mask off. I have full face mask now, so I can just rip my mask off. And I mean, your comfort level just changes when you do crazy stuff.
So I'm not scared of the mask or breathing apparatus or anything like that. I'm scared of monsters in the water that are going to hit me.
Oh, come on.
Guys, look, it's irrational, but it is still a fear. It still exists. And I've seen too many episodes of River Monster and heard too many stories about giant paddlefishes and giant catfishes.
Well, I guarantee you where we'll be at next month, there aren't no big fish that could swallow you whole.
I'll be the judge of that. I will be the judge of that, Ed.
Would I steer you wrong?
You're right.
Think about
who
that.
started the show today? Who started the show today without telling anybody?
Well, you know, I try and do it every time I can with you guys.
Bryson, Holly Nabity said, make sure you bring that little pinpointer with you in August. They're diving at Party Spot.
Yeah. I think that was something with. So I think I'm going down there to meet Chaos Divers,
Jacob,
Brothers Underwater Recovery, and Holly, and a few other people. If I missed out, I think we're all going to kind of get together and have a kind of a powwow down there to get together and everybody get to know each other and everything. So that'll be fun. But yeah, go ahead.
These meetups, you know, I think we've already acknowledged the importance of what you're doing, and I don't want to diminish that, but how awesome is that you also get experience meeting all these other people, meeting all these other groups and these, you know, people with similar interests as you, and going and, you know, either diving for good or going to a party cove and looking for treasure. I mean, it's got to be a really neat experience.
Yeah. I mean, and really, I'm going to have one of these same things hopefully one day, because I've got a lot of spots that I want to share with people. Like, it's just like, because there's some spots I go to, like these party coves, that I can just go and just like, oh, there's a phone. Oh, there's some glasses.
Where's this gonna be at?
Yep.
It'll be. I mean, it's in Nashville. I mean, that's my hometown is right outside of Nashville, so it'll be the lakes around Nashville. But
really?
yeah,
In August,
I'd like to.
huh?
Well, no. That the one in August is going to be. They said somewhere in. I think it's in Illinois somewhere. That's where all of them are from.
Yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure Holly mentioned it, and the Treasure Vixens are trying to wiggle their way into that. So.
I'll have to talk to Jacob.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Another thing that we're buying this year, I think we're buying it from Team Waters, and a ROV, and that's gonna help. Whatever searching we're doing, that's gonna help to have that ROV. It'll keep us out of the water and keep us a little bit safer because really
until you need to be in there, right?
Yeah. Searching is probably one of the most dangerous parts when you're going around and you don't see what is there. I mean, I've gone under trees before and not even known it, and then I'm like, why is my line? I was holding the line. I'm like, why is my line all tangled up? And I'm like, oh, there's a big oak tree that's just laying on the ground, and I went under and I didn't even know it. So that's the dangerous part about low vis diving, is you just don't know what's there. But it was funny you were talking about you're scared of the fish. I've dove with sharks and alligators, and I mean, it just, but when you can see them, it's okay. It's the fact a catfish will scare me in the lake more than a shark will in the ocean because
Yep.
the catfish will come up right here, and you're like, whoa, like get away. You're not a shark, but you could be.
Yeah. Might as well be.
Yeah.
I think sharks have a lot worse teeth than catfish, Rose.
I don't know. That catfish, all it needs to do is grab your arm. It's got enough strength to keep you under, you know. I'm not worried about being chomped up. I'm worried about being drowned or.
Hey, guys, my phone is about to die. I have it plugged in, but for some reason it's charging, but it says it's like still about to die.
It's probably
so-
like my phone, piece of junk. I need a new one.
Yeah. So in case I guess I'll go. I mean, I don't know how much longer y'all are wanting to go for, but I guess I might hop off of here.
We're almost done here.
Yeah, we're
I
at
have about 17 minutes.
Okay, well maybe let's see. I'm at like 2%, so maybe it'll just like hold me on for emergency supply for while I'm here.
Well, we don't totally want to. No, Deej, Jacob's not here. Surprise. I'll have to give that guy a hard time. A fellow diver's with us and he ain't here. Jeremy was, though. And we might have lost Bryson. we might have lost him. There he
There he
is.
Oh no, it came back. Okay, my phone's starting to glitch out because it's such low battery. So
Yeah,
sorry.
it's breaking up too.
Yeah. Well, Bryson, I don't want you to wreck your phone just for us, draining it too low or anything like that. I don't know what it could do, but I did own a phone once that died to 0% and I could never boot it again.
Oh no.
So I don't want that to happen to you because I'm sure your phone's getting warm. You're
Yeah.
low on juice. I appreciate you being able to make it.
Yeah, I'm glad I got to make it. I'm sorry I was late, but it was just so crazy. But yeah, I'm glad I got to make it.
Well, I know you had your salvage job going on, and we just shot from the hip like we always do. And you came in at the perfect time.
That's good.
We're just glad to have you join us tonight,
Yeah.
Bryson. Everybody check out Dive for Good and show our friend Bryson some Flash Fam love, man. If you haven't
Thanks, guys.
already. Not a problem. Not a problem. And well, I know we could end up filling up the rest of the show with something. So
Oh, I'm sure. And we'll talk a little Flash Bash or something.
Yeah.
right.
I'll hop off of here. It was nice talking to all y'all.
Good night.
Thanks again, Bryson.
Have a good one. Be safe.
Be safe. Yeah.
Be safe.
Which looks better?
Hey,
That
hey,
way?
Brian, that dude was kicked off. He'll never be on the show again.
Who's that?
That Jesse Mendez dude.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He's a troublemaker.
Yeah, he is. He blames it all on me. Ask his wife.
She blames it all on you, and I just agree with her.
You know, I've been getting that since I was a wee little boy. Everyone blamed it on Ed Marvin. He's the bad guy, Mom. I swear. It was all Ed's fault. See how you are.
Dorssen, yeah, Chrissy says, Jesse Mendez, he's awesome. Would love to see him as a guest.
No, you wouldn't.
So, Toledo Jess, what made you decide to start a YouTube channel?
This guy says, "Oh, you should send that video to me on YouTube," because I was doing some videos and he liked what I shot. He wanted to put it in the video he was shooting because I was in the video.
And that's how you two met?
On the creek.
Actually, I saw Ed's video in the shed with Ed. Oh, cool, DIY guy. So I followed him. And this is after I found out there was gold in Ohio, right? So I was just getting into it myself. And I went to the Buckeye chapter GPA lease, and there he was. And he come over and started filming me with my gold snare because he'd never seen one before. He said, "What's that?" Started showing him, and we started talking, and next thing you know, he's got me on this show.
So funny how it worked out.
But you know, I was watching Ed when he was doing his DIY thing.
That's cool.
Which I'll get back to eventually.
It's an
I
editing.
doubt it.
It's an edit.
You still got videos in the can from 3 years ago. What are you talking about?
That I do. It's in editing.
It's
Shoot,
an editing.
I'm so bad with that. It's terrible. I make a highlight file for all these shows too, and I'm so behind on like a 5-minute highlight video of so.
Yeah, you started doing that. You did what, about 3 of them, I think?
3 or 4, something like
Yeah.
that.
I don't know. Those are cool.
With life and work and everything else you want to do, and.
But no.
Yeah, I
Hey.
know.
Hi, Tidewater Magnet Thrower.
Yeah, I was gonna say hi, Tidewater Magnet Thrower, as well.
And you got 2 shout outs, all for the price of 1.
Hey, Tidewater Magnet Thrower, how you doing? There's 3.
Is there an echo in here?
3 for the price of 1. Echo.
Rusty, I can't wait to teach you how to pan, but I guarantee you, it won't be us. We have found that when we put on an event like this, we do no prospecting. We don't get to do any of the things that we want to do. So, fortunately, this community, you're going to learn how to pan. Trust me.
Oh yeah.
And I will have the panning booth set up for people who want to come up and you know, we can show you there. But yeah.
And I will bring some equipment and stuff, so there'll be stuff you could use on the creek.
Right.
So, we have Deej and some others, and probably Wolfman Rants and some others that have never done it before. So
maybe we'll do a painting session with all the newbies. Then give them a pan, throw them out there in the water, let them figure it out from there.
But Carl, Rusty, Holly, everybody, the majority of people are coming are YouTubers. So be prepared for cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fun though, because like last year, everybody hashtagged Flash Bash 2020, and they all wound up together, and you could watch them all.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Everybody's different views of how it went. It was really cool. Basically, like it was down in Nashville. Everybody was doing their own videos and put them all together. And,
yeah.
Yeah, and you get to see so many different angles of the event.
Yeah, it's quite clever. I mean, you would think that it's, you know, you'd see the same thing, but you don't. You get to see.
You do, but from a different angle.
Yeah.
Then you have people that put you in their video walking down the road, blowing through my horn, singing Metallica or something. What was I singing? Metallica, I believe it was. Oh God.
Well, here, Rusty, what we'll do is we'll teach Holly how to pan, and then she can teach people how to pan.
There you go. And
Yeah.
then you could teach Girl Scouts and Cub Scouts and Boy
Mhm.
Scouts and whatever, elderly, whoever.
Right. I mean, there's people, there's people that go around and do that. I mean, we do it. Others have done it. Go to nursing homes, get those old people out of their beds and out in the yard and paying for a little gold. It's really it's a fun activity
Oh,
for me.
speaking of gold, I did get to pan a little over the weekend.
You did.
Yeah. Well, I worked Saturday. I drove a big, huge dump truck. I have a couple of shorts of it.
I saw that.
And we were building the retention pond, and that's where we were getting the material to build the pad for this huge building going up. And in which the job was cool, even if I was tired. I just was hauling butt in a big old dump truck, man. Talk about 8-wheel drive. I'm just like, yeah. But there was a sand seam and a gravel seam below like the glacial tuff in between the hard packed clay and with some blue clay in there. And so I walked down into the pond and I'm like, man, I don't really want to. I wish I would have emptied the tools out of the bucket that has all my concrete tools in it, but
Yeah.
I didn't. And one of the machine operators gave me a small tub, just like a gallon tub. So I packed it with this really dark layer, surprising hardly any magnetics. There
Hmm.
were some garnet sands in it, but it was like a pitch black seam where I took the sample from. And just out of that 1 gallon's worth of material, I probably had like 65, 70 colors.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I called up Jake, my buddy Jake. He's the guy who welded the rock crusher. I kind of designed in my head and told him what to weld because I
Right.
don't own a welder. And so Jake, he runs an excavator, and I called him up or I texted him. I sent him a picture. I'm like, blow it up. There's a lot of gold in there. I'm surprised. And I'm like, grab me a few buckets. But all that rain we got the other night, he's like, it might be underwater. And I'm like, damn it. Because that seam, there's like 10 feet of overburden above it.
Hmm.
Hey, Secret Creek Prospecting. We have Hip B come in.
Mm-hmm.
Angel.
To dive into tech, better late than never. Good to see you. Laura Williams, if you're still here, see ya. She might be going. I'm just catching it. But yeah.
And if this girl's in here, hey, you guys, prospecting.
Hey, you guys!
Secret Creek Prospecting.
The
Can't
best
wait.
name ever.
Can't wait to meet Charlie at Flash Bash. It's gonna be a blast at Flash Bash. And we'll do our best to make it a great time for one and all.
Yeah,
You
they're
bet.
gonna do a good job, guys. It won't disappoint. The whole community will do their best.
Yeah, we'll all have fun because we all work at it.
Yeah.
We're putting it on, but it's you guys that are coming that make it fun. for everybody.
Definitely.
Wish
definitely.
Chrissy would come. She can't sneak across the border.
Illegals do it all the time, Chrissy. Come on, jump that border. Swim across the Detroit River.
Think of all the rights you'd have.
You get more than we would.
No kidding. Okay. It's that time, Ed. I gotta pick up my granddaughter.
Oh, back to that schedule, huh?
Yeah.
Pitch him in
Yep.
the river. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight for this kind of mixed up, chaotic beginning of the show. It ended up being a really good show. I enjoyed it with a couple of great guys that me and Rose have had the pleasure of meeting. Next week, we have a Southern detectorist on Civil War Unearthed, Riley. Should be a really good show. He finds all kinds of cool stuff. He's detected with some of our past guests before, Britain from Depths of History and some others. Should be a really good show. I'll make sure he has some good treasure porn to share with all of you. And then I won't, if you want to know who's on after that, check on my channel. If you have yet to pull the trigger and subscribe and become part of the Flash fam, please do. We'd love to have you. Click that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. But I know I'm
Hey,
gonna be what?
You mentioned a little while ago that you have another channel somewhere.
Actually, I have two.
Where's that?
I
Where's
just
that?
started one. One has 62. It's called Ed Marvin Live, where I try to help inspiring live streamers go through it a little easier with going over the mistakes I've made and
Right.
how to streamline it more, how to make layovers like this one I'm using right here, and even the background and stuff like that.
Right.
Um,
Aren't you on another platform too?
oh, you can catch us as a podcast, a replay on the road or at work at Spotify and Anchor. There's links to those at my website at flashingyourpan.com.
Did I see you on BitChute?
I am on BitChute. I'm on Library. I'm Steam, is it? But I don't have nothing synced with Steam, I don't believe. I'd have to check. You know, so many irons in the fire. Some tend to
Well,
cool down or some
Bit,
melt.
BitChute's working on live streams.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so Odyssey's got live streams now too.
yeah, really.
Mm-hmm. And
Well,
I'll tell you what,
Library and Odyssey are like one and the same.
right,
So,
right.
I'll have to
But
check it out.
they're doing live streams down there. They're looking pretty good.
Well, that's fine too. Elsewhere, Carl. I used to do the same thing, like 10-minute raw videos. Then it got into a little editing. Then I wanted to do more and give more. And it kind of snowballs.
And then fizzled out.
And
I'll
I've
rephrase
splintered
that.
different ways and it's morphed in different ways. And like at one time, this show used to be nothing about but gold prospecting and
Right.
like DUI stuff. And see, look what it's turned into. You always got to be willing to flow with the flow. But I did actually just made another channel, has 0 subscribers on it, and it's called On the Road with Ed and Judy.
Aw.
And
Oh.
it's gonna be more of like my road to full-time RVing, and you'll get to see a noob. Because before I went from a tent to a pop-up, graduated to a 25-footer now. So we'll see where that leads, because my end game, or not my end game, my goal is we want to take this on the road. We want to travel all over to properties that are in a couple of clubs we belong to, and be able to snowbird and kind of wherever my head lies is home type thing. I'd love to wake up in the Grand Canyon one day, then wake up at Carlsbad Caverns the next day. You
Mhm.
know, I love traveling. I've been doing it since I was a wee little lad.
David Villa said, "Rollin', rollin', rollin', get that Etta rollin'."
Yeah, you betcha, David. You betcha. You know, I wouldn't mind us being able, once we sell the house, we have more options. Put in an area down in Tennessee by Brian's house, you know, just utilities and a slab on a little plot of land. Get one out west where we could pull up on it and hook up our trailer and boom. And maybe one in this area, because we'll still have family here too. So, because my family's spread out from coast to coast. My youngest is in Mass. My older 2 are in Washington. I have, you know, so something to work for. And I don't want to stop this Tuesday night Hangout Live. So, you know, I'll probably have to buy a good streaming laptop then, instead of this tower and 3 monitors and shit. Beep. I couldn't have all this taken up.
You do that after the show.
Right. but you know, that's that channel. I know I'm
Yes.
not working really hard on them. It's the busy time of the year for flashing your pin and flash bash and stuff. But, you know, it will get there eventually, I hope.
So let's say goodnight.
But on that note, again, everyone, thank you all very much for joining us tonight. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Jesse. Too bad Dano couldn't make it. And Angela, if you're lurking out there, join us. Please. We miss you. Until next week, make sure to join us with Riley from Civil War Unearthed. And you all, love you all very much. Thanks again. Until next time, may you always have a flash in your pan.
And you know what he's going to say next.
That's right, Jesse. And you ask Rose, it happens.
It really does.
Maybe one day too, we'll meet you on the river. Judy's back there. We'll meet you on the river. It's funny. Good night, everyone. Thank you. God bless. Love you all.
Night, Jess.
Night, Rose.
Good night, Jeff Spyder.
Good night, Brian.
And Amethyst Angel, thank you.
Happy Meadow night.
See you later. Gold Rush,
Allie.
Alaska,
3,
Bering Sea,
2,
Gold Dude,
1.
Brian Wilder, Carl,
Yeah.
Good night, Fred. Have a great day. Holly, Rusty, Chrissy, Johnny, Willie.